Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fallout 4 and to Fallout 4's DLC Far Harbor. This video is going to be a walkthrough guide in which I will show you how to acquire the unique super sledge, Adam's Judgement. We will also have a look at its mod and how ridiculously overpowered this weapon is. And of course, to acquire this weapon, you will need the Far Harbor DLC installed. Now, the first stage of the quest, we need to come to the nucleus, the Children of Atom's base, their headquarters. On the map, the nucleus can be found here, where my character is currently standing, and it can be found to the southwest of the town of Far Harbor. Once in here, we need to hunt down and talk to Richter. After agreeing to help, he will give you the quest, The Heretic. Once acquiring this quest, we need to go and speak to Thiel, a lovely lady who can also be found within the nucleus. She will then tell us to try and track down some clues. That will lead us to Sister Gwyneth's whereabouts. All of the clue locations will be marked on your map with quest markers, so progressing through the quest will be no issue. Eventually, we will find Sister Gwyneth, and eventually when we get to this section in the dialogue, it doesn't matter which choice you make, you will still get the weapon as a reward from the quest. So once sorting her out, we need to head back to Grand Zealot Richter and complete the quest, The Heretic. Upon doing so, he will reward us with the unique super sledge, Adam's Judgement. And as always, before modding it out and looking at Adam's Judgment's base stats, I have reduced all of my character's special attribute stats to 1. I also have no bubblehead perk or magazine effects applied to my character. What this means is we will be seeing the absolute minimum base stats of Adam's Judgement. Now, Adam's Judgment's special effects, they are built in with a legendary effect. They are not part of a modification. What this means is, while modding it, we don't have to remove any of its current effects, and the mod we're going to be going with is the stun pack, which as we can see adds electrical damage and chance to stun. Now, the electrical damage from the stun pack is greater than the fire damage added by the heating coil, so the stun pack is better in damage and also adds the chance to stun. It's the way to go. So once that has been done, let's have a look at Adam's Judgment's base stats. As we can see, it has a base ballistic damage of 44, a base electrical damage of 25, and of course the chance to stun the enemy, and it has a base radiation damage of 100. Its speed is slow, its weight is 20, and its value is 1,260 caps. Up the top there we can see Adam's Judgement plus 100 radiation damage. Now that is impressive. Now as we know, Adam's Judgement is a unique super sledge. I do believe the first one so far in Fallout 4, so it is a welcome addition with the Far Harbor DLC. Now Adam's Judgement has a unique design with a hammerhead comprised of 4 fusion cores instead of the regular plain steel block, giving it a more massive overall look. These fusion cores appear to have been deliberately damaged in order to leak glowing green radioactive material from the contact area, which is more than likely the source of this immense radiation damage the hammer can inflict. When swung or simply just out and about, Adam's Judgement emits a sickly green vapor from its head, which leaves a smoky trail wherever the weapon is moved. Now, contrary to other unique melee weapons such as Krem's Tooth, whose effects originate from a special physical modification, as mentioned before, Adam's Judgment's properties are in fact provided by a unique legendary effect of the same name, Adam's Judgement. Because of this mechanism, the modifications for a super sledge can be applied, but the radiation damage effect cannot be removed and applied to other weapons. So it is in fact a true unique weapon. But don't worry, you should get excited about this weapon, as Adam's Judgement is arguably the most powerful melee weapon in the game, capable of inflicting ludicrous amounts of damage far in excess of what a standard super sledge can dish out. After maxing out my strength, the Bloody Mess perk, and the Big Leaguers perk, I was able to get the ballistic damage up to 289, the electrical damage up to 61, and after maxing out the Nuclear Physicist perk, I was able to get the radiation damage up to 689, and that's not including the extra 100 radiation damage applied by the legendary effect. Now, maxing out the Nuclear Physicist perk will also double the 100 radiation damage, so the legendary effect will provide plus 200 radiation damage on top of the 689, taking it up to 889 radiation damage with each hit. Then on top of that, the 61 electrical damage, then on top of that, the 289 ballistic damage. And then of course on top of that, the chance to stun enemies. Whoa, man, I need some right away after just talking about the weapon. And all of those damages are just from perks, not from bobbleheads nor magazines. So you can could probably even get the damages higher than that. Not that you need to. In actual use, I found Adam's Judgement to be one of the most devastating melee weapons I've ever used. Now, although most creatures and animals in the wasteland are immune or somewhat immune to the radiation component, human enemies will not stand a chance no matter how heavily armored they might be. Delivering close to 900 radiation in one hit will probably kill them instantly. And if not, you have electricity and ballistic damage and then a chance to stun them anyway. So even if the swing speed is slow, you don't really need to swing more than once. Unless of course you're in a big group of enemies, in which case you might want to choose a different weapon to take them out faster. But for just general use, Adam's Judgement is a battering ram fit to destroy the gates of Troy, while your enemies are doors from IKEA. Friggin' flimsy. So once again, Far Harbor has delivered an absolutely devastating blow to the rest of the unique weapons market with this very judgmental collection of atoms, Adam's Judgement. So what would happen if a male cat worked in a court? You would get a Tom's Judgement. Ugh, I think Far Harbor's fog has finally got to me. And here it is, Adam's Judgement in action. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Camel, and this has been my walkthrough guide for the unique Super Sledge Adam's Judgement found in Fallout 4's DLC Far Harbor. If you did enjoy this video, please feel free to click on the playlist button on screen. This of course will take you directly to my Fallout 4 Guides playlist, where you can select the videos you wish to watch freely. Or you can check in the description, where it will be frequently updated with links to new Fallout 4 guides that I upload. If you love judging shit, be sure to follow me on Twitter, the link will also be in the description. And with all that said, as always, thank you very much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure, at least for me it has, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there in a second.